It's been a bit of a miserable, rainy old day in Dunedin, we're told, but the local body elections are heating up as candidates competed in a race they were completely unfamiliar with. Now, you may have heard about the stars where a Dunedin mayoral candidate discouraged Joshua Perry from standing for the council on the grounds Mr Perry, who has cerebral palsy, might be hard to understand. Now, Mr Perry took issue with this, not surprisingly, and challenged the candidates to wheel a mile in his shoes on a busy lunchtime in Dunedin CBD. Our reporter Ian Telfer was with the candidates as they piled into wheelchairs and struggled to race down George Street and back to the council offices.
My name is Abe Gray. I'm a candidate for mayor in Dunedin City Council.
And what are you doing here today?
This is the Dunedin Mayoral Candidates Wheelchair Challenge, conceptualized by DCC candidate Josh Perry, who himself is in a wheelchair, so us other candidates can see, what it's like. What are the issues faced by people with mobility issues?
Well, what is it like so far?
Man, my arms are tired. And you got to really use one hand more than the other. The footpath is quite tilted, and there's a tendency in the wet to try to slip into the gutter.
I'm Jim O'Malley.
And why are you doing this challenge?
It's partly to, get a sense of what it's like to be stuck in a wheelchair and you're dealing with trying to get through a city. Part of, how, are we really accommodating every member of our society properly? As I just ran into the bag of Andrew. And I think the only way you can often understand this stuff is to actually get out there and do it.
Andrew Wiley.
What are you doing?
Wheelchair challenge. It's actually a lot harder than it looks. And you know what, I'm already seeing a lot of challenges that I wouldn't have anticipated if I wasn't doing this.
Yeah, why do you think it's important?
Oh, the awareness factor. God, all these things that I never really appreciated all of a sudden, just right here at the intersection. Trying to get through, trying to see what's going on, trying to anticipate what everybody else is doing.
What do you think so far, Josh?
This is going great. They're being exposed to the elements and they're seeing what it's like to be in a wheelchair and hopefully there's going to be some good feedback today that I can act on it if I get into council on Saturday. So.
The mayoral candidates wheeled themselves into a jewellery store where they were given an envelope telling them to either head back to the council chambers using the footpath or to catch a bus.
Barry Timmings, running for the mayoralty.
And running from a wheelchair today?
Well, yeah, I'm actually running pretty freely in here, but on the footpath, you definitely had a tendency to want to sort of fade off towards the gutter, which is a bit of a challenge.
Now, why are you doing this? Wheelchairs have become a bit of a... Disability has become an issue in the campaign.
Well, I think for me it's actually about inclusiveness rather than disability. But this was Josh's idea, and I think it was a great one to sort of give people a bit of a taste of what it's like from a different perspective. And I think that's something that we would benefit from around the council table is a little bit more diversity and just oh, there's a bus there. I'm off.
But to catch the bus, Mr Timmings had to race across the street, and the bus driver had to back up, move closer to the curb and lower the ramp. Mr Timmings wheeled himself on board while other candidates and Josh lined up behind him, only to find there was only enough room for one wheelchair at a time.
What's going on here, Andrew?
We're waiting for the bus, but they can only take one wheelchair passenger at a time. So now we have to wait for the next bus. We could be waiting up to another hour. Yeah, that's sad, If there was a wheelchair passenger already on the bus, you have no idea there's a wheelchair passenger on the bus.
Back at council, the candidates who took part in the challenge reflect on their experience.
I had to cheat coming back up the escalator, hopping out, but...
You cheated at the end?
I cheated at the end. I just knew I wasn't going to be able to push it up to the entrance to the DCC, which is actually extremely sad. So
what does that mean? People in wheelchairs might give up too?
I would agree with you. Yeah, I would. I would definitely challenge the next council being elected that this is one of the things they need to do and see for themselves, because for me it's been very enlightening. Issues that I would never have thought twice about have been a big issue.
And what did Josh Perry, who set the challenge, think of it all?
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves today. It was a good challenge, and I hope to do this again next year if I get into office, so who knows?
You want to make it an annual thing now?
Yeah, yeah,
Keep the eyes being open.
yeah.
You'll make it harder next time, won't you?
We'll make it harder the next year.
That's Joshua Perry, whose idea it was